Using dynamic web templates can really add efficiency to your development and updating of sites, but combining templates with CSS is even better. So you've probably noticed we are obviously using a CSS layout, but when I created that layout, I created that original template with an internal style sheet. And I did that intentionally. I would usually create an external style sheet from the beginning, but I want to show you here as a quick reminder and to help reinforce why this is so important, that these should really be saved in an external style sheet. If you think about it, you should be using the same set of styles in each of the pages created from your template. Now, you may have some styles specific to a page, but overall, or at least the main collection that makes up your layout that's used over and over again, should be the same. So at the very least, repeating that information on every page is just adding a lot of unnecessary code to your website. You don't need to have an internal style sheet at the top of every one of these pages to include this same basic styling information. So instead, I'm going to move this to an external style sheet. And the other advantage to that is that if someday in the future, when I'm working on one of these individual pages, I decide that I want to make a change that will affect all of the pages. Let's say I want to change the way this caption appears. I could make that change in the external style sheet and change all of the files, much as I would make a change in the gallery page. But this area of the page is not editable, right? The caption is in an editable region, so I can edit it on the individual pages, but I can't edit it in the template and use it for global updates, unless I'm changing the style sheet. So combining style sheets with templates actually makes more of the page globally updatable. So let's go back to the gallery. Let's create a new blank CSS file. Let's save that file. And let's put this in, I've actually created a CSS folder. I often do this on my websites. And let's call this gallery. So this will be the gallery.css file that goes with my gallery.dwt template file. So now I have a gallery.css file. I can go back to my template and I can attach that external style sheet using the little Attach Style Sheet button. Browse to find it in my CSS folder, Gallery. Click OK. And now I have a blank CSS file here. I can easily select all of my styles at once and then just click and drag to move them into the external style sheet. Now again, when I save this file and update, you'll see that both of the pages created from this template were examined and updated. And if I go back to my Sea Lion page, you'll see I now have an external style sheet that holds these same styles. And here's the extra advantage. So now if I'm looking at this and I say, oh, I really would love to use a little different font on those captions. Well, I can do that from any page. I can open that main content CSS. I can change the type to, let's say, Arial. I could change the font size, the color, any other styling information I want. And when I click OK, it's not only going to change this page, it's going to change every other page that uses that external style sheet. So you see some changes, such as the copyright information at the bottom of the page here, really work well in a template. That kind of unique text information is only going to be updatable using a template like this. But if I want to change the formatting of something, even within an editable region, if I use CSS style sheets and I save them in an external style sheet, I have the additional ability of being able to make global changes to that area as well.